What up, people? Push Ball Black here, and this will be really quick. I just watched the inaugural game of Ice Cube's 3-on-3 league, the Big Three, and here are my thoughts, real quick. First, they got to get this live because the tape delay is not cool. Um, they do it every Sunday for the 10 game schedule they're gonna have. They travel around big arenas and every Sunday. Here's the problem. You know, it was very hard, especially on Twitter. If you follow people on Twitter, if you Google things, because originally I didn't know it was on tape delay. So, as trying to look for stuff on Sunday, trying to look for the broadcast on Sunday, didn't know that it was on tape delay. Start Googling everything, and games were going on, and I didn't want to get actual not spoilers or whatever. There were articles written about the big three, and they're saying spoilers ahead. This is a reality TV show. So they got to do that. Second, it would be very helpful if the Fox Sports One feed would be directly online on their website. I am a cord cutter for the most part, so I don't have a really big cable system with Fox Sports One. I have a Roku box and I have Sling TV. And when you have a Roku box, the app independent of a streaming TV service is really hard to get authorization for. So I had to look for a different way to watch it, but I was able to watch it. And third, if you're gonna market Allen Iverson for the entire, um, you know, up, if you're gonna market Allen Iverson up into the entire preview of the Big Three, don't speed up his game. Even though he didn't play, that was, and it wasn't a necessarily. See, of the three of the 4 games were were buzzer beaters, and they were really close, and they were really good games. The one game that really wasn't a close game, and it wasn't a buzzer beater, was the Allen Iverson game, the one that he played and he coached in. That was still a good game from what they showed, because not necessarily him, but one of the players on the team, he had a real good game, and they won by 10. But this isn't going to be, I'm not going to break down each and every game. I might do that for the next one. But from what I did see, the style of the game, first of all, let me just say this. It was really cool seeing some of the guys. Like, I get what Ice Cube was saying about seeing some guys that we all grew up watching, and they still got some game left in them, and it's cool seeing them. Like, it was cool seeing Kenyon Martin. It was cool seeing Allen Iverson. It was cool seeing one of the cool things that I thought was cool. Not necessarily because, like, he was one of my favorite players, but to see Sharif Abdul Rauf at 48 still getting buckets, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? That was really dope. To see to see guys that were in their like early 40s to mid 30s, like to see Corey Maggette out there, even though he got hurt, was cool. To that was one of the downsides that, like, I kind of avoided from reading when I was seeing, like, because they, like I said, they tape a day in advance. They broadcast Monday, they tape Sunday. So if you watched it, if you were there and you covered it, you knew everything that was going on. So it was cool seeing guys. But Jason Williams got hurt, Corey Maggette got hurt, Rashad McCants got hurt, and somebody else got hurt. It was some major people got hurt. The style of the game of the actual game itself, it's not it's not given 2-man game, so to speak. But if you have any type of post game at all, you should be able to do well. Though you should be able to do well is if you're a big man that has any type of shooting ability at all, you should do well. You know how they say the last thing to go in your game is a shot. That's why you're still seeing um, guys that are in their 40s able to play this game because everybody can shoot. You know what I'm saying? And if you couldn't shoot, you had enough quickness to go to the lane. Uh, Moochie Norris is in the league, and he's 43 years old, and he had like a gray beard. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope to see. Ruben Patterson was balling. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. So right now it's the first real season. It's the first season, and this really isn't a we're gonna retire and then right after retirement you go and you ball here. It's you played in the NBA at some point, and it's been some years. You're still balling, rec league wise, or over 30 leagues or whatever. And this is an opportunity. They're a few years away from professional ball. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're stepping in right out of the league into here yet. I think if the league continues to grow, I'm going to watch it the whole season. I'm going to try to cover it better than this just because I didn't, I wasn't sure what it was, and I kind of just wanted to get my first impressions over it. But from what I'm seeing is like a lot of cats can still shoot. Deshaun Stevenson snapped off in the game that he was in, and he hit a buzzer beater, and it was nuts. And it was dope seeing Rauf balling out. It was dope seeing Stevenson ball out. Jermaine O'Neal, like if you can have any type of post game at all, you would be really well in this game. Like I like the fact that Jimmy Jackson was saying, and they did a really good job. The booth that they had, the 2-man booth, and Michael Rappaport being the sideline reporter, that was cool. Jim Jackson was real cool breaking everything down. Deshaun Stevenson gave everybody a Gus moment if you watched it on TV, and by shooting that three, I think it was pretty sure it was a 4-pointer. I'm not certain, but that was the Gus moment. There were a couple of Gus moments where he went crazy on a play, but there's not. This is unless you're a big man or unless you're a slasher with a quick step. There's not going to be a lot of like crazy dunks in this game. There's going to be until Vince Carter comes and plays, if he does, because this is to me, unless you're a big man and you really know how to pick and roll, then all the dunks are going to be there. Junkyard Dog did a crazy dunk in the game that he was in, but for the most part, from what I saw, there wasn't a lot of high flying there unless you were a big man. So, but anyway, I want this to do well. This season is not the barometer of what the gameplay is going to be. I think in the next couple of years, though, if this stays that long and guys directly from the NBA ball and then they go over here for the summer, I think it's going to be a real dope concept, and I want this to grow. So I'm going to try to do these as much as I can just because I kind of want to see how it is. I like the presentation, and this is going to be a more polished weekly thing for me. So, but yeah, these are my first impressions. I like what I saw. It was kind of cool seeing some old guys that I remember. Everybody with their gray beards, but everybody can still ball a little bit. I don't feel as old being 35. Still trying to be athletic myself when I'm seeing 40 something still balling out. So anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. Pushing Wild Black out.